Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Morning Negativity. Negativity is the best way to start your day. It's the best part of your day, probably. Let's get started. You can tell that I'm doing things a little bit differently today. We're going to be testing out the new mobile version of the negation game. And so we might as well just do it together, right? I'm going to switch though, I think, to an iPad because this is just too small. Maybe we can do responsive. Can we do this? Why is it so zoomed out? Let's go to 100%. Okay. Yeah, this looks great. So, today, what are we going to talk about? Well, let's go look through the history. Last time we were talking about Seer, and Seer, we were seeing if maybe that seemed like it could be a plausible mechanism set, and we were talking about futarchy, whether or not futarchy can be a useful way to approach governance. And that was kind of interesting to explore. Something I'm noticing is that these are a little bit friendly with the little triple dots. So maybe we fix that. And this top bar might be a little bit big on mobile, given that we have much less real estate. So that's Seer. There is also a idea of making an argument on behalf of network states. That could be fun. And we don't have any hover. Of course we don't have any hover because yeah. So you'll just have to know that this is to like and to unlike. Oops. What? No. And how do I unlike? Oh. Unliking, not working. Got it. Okay. So we might not be ready to ship yet with this one. That's okay. That's why we test and we play the game together. So I'll just bring up the previous negation game conversation that we had. And yeah, here we are with network states. I think that this is worth spending some time on. So we should not found out. Here's an argument against. It's highly unlikely that we've already discovered the very best ways to organize the relationship between individuals and the collectives we belong to. Network states are a valuable way to experiment alternatives. So that is I think that's relevant. Um, so we make the let's see. So this would be wrong if we can do no better in designing governance for nations. Nations, networks, communities, and states than what we have already achieved. Okay, so if that's true, then I think that that would matter. I don't think that that's true. But you could also argue that this doesn't matter because governance. Network states are not about changes to governance or experiments in governance, but rather about permitting different. We call it when you get a rather in permitting coalitions, communities, permitting groups. Rather about assembling groups of people with shared values that would otherwise not coalesce. I don't want to say coalesce. That would otherwise not convene to together. So if that were true, then yeah, it's not about a experiment in governance, but it's just about getting the people together who have certain values. I don't know if that's true, but it seems relevant. We should found a network state. We should found a network nation. Network nation. The other one that I was going to play with was a coordination. We should found a coordination. It looks better that way. Okay, and we could wire them up here. I actually don't know if they are exclusive. Yeah. So this could be wrong. If it's possible to found a network nation, that is also a network. So if that's true, then obviously this doesn't matter. Same is true here. A network nation, a coordination. That is also a network state. I don't know. I don't know if they're sufficiently defined concepts for that. I have 3 minutes before I need to be done here. So I'm trying to make arguments on behalf of network states. Maybe we'll go one level deeper, see if we can make one more point. So you could say that this isn't true or that this isn't relevant. I think it's relevant. But you could say that meeting people's needs oops, somehow I messed up the meeting people's needs, ensuring people's needs are met, more people's needs are met more of the time, is not a goal. A good goal. What if we said is not the best goal for a governance system? Sure, that would be interesting if that were true. But I do not think that's true. Obviously, this would be wrong if is the best goal for a system of governance. And because I think we're going to come back to this conversation, I'm going to go ahead and open it over here. And I'm going to do the whole reverse link thing. So if you haven't seen me do this yet, I don't have this functionality in the negation game yet. So the way we do it is you just copy. So what we're trying to say is this negate. Right now we have this negates this. What we want is this negates this. So the way we do that is we copy this link. We click over here. We click on respond. We type nah. We paste this. We wait until the embed finishes. And then we hit reply. And now it's linked both directions. So if we click down on this, then it'll show it's under there. If we click down on this, it'll also show it's under there, and so on. So we have this like infinite, loop here. We can also add those to the list above. Cool. Well, that was a fun, short little session. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Bye.